Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Improve Our Play. My name is Solistic, and today we're going to be talking about the newest map in our map pool, Tomb of the Spider Queen. Now, I've had a fair amount of play on this, and I've got to be honest, it's probably our team's best map. Statistically, it's our highest win rate, and we haven't just played 1 or 2 games on it, we've played it a fair amount. We win a lot of the matches. I mean, the win rate, I think our win rate's something like 60 or 70%. But that aside, it looks a little bit lower because we've played some quick matches on our own and so forth. But it is our highest win rate map. Now I'm just going to go through the teams a second. Are we the blue team? We are indeed. So we have myself, Solistic, on the Lost Vikings. We have Wraithblade on Tassadar. We have Atana on Illidan, Nuriel on Nova, and oh wow, this is a tough one. Myhalach on Rhaegar. Sorry if I pronounced your names wrong, guys. On the enemy team, we have Jollibob on Illidan, we have Kasarek on Rhaegar, Yo-Yo on Sergeant Hammer, Yipso on Zagara, and Diana on Brightwing. I'll give that a go. I'll say that's what it is. I don't say that I'm an expert on anything, guys, so if I'm pronouncing anyone's names wrong, feel free to tell me. Now, you might want to ask what the objective of this map is. The objective on this map is quite simply two-handing coins, and how we do that is these little spiders at the back on every lane. If you kill these spiders, you get coins. Also, when you kill an enemy player, you get 3 coins. So really, the objective is to lane. I think it's a very good map for new players because it really encourages you to lane. It encourages you to stay in here, kill these spiders, get your gems. So just to reiterate, you kill the spiders, you get gems. If you kill enemy players, you get 3 gems for killing them. Like, the enemy Zagara and the Hammer here have 2 coins and 1 coin respectively. But you don't get anything. If you kill them, you don't get their coins. What'll happen is, like an example, if I could get one. No one wants to die. No, okay, no one wants to die. And the objective really is that if you kill an enemy player, their gems will drop on the floor. And the idea is the enemy team can pick them up, but you can't. So you want to try and hover around those gems and stop the enemy team picking their gems back up, really. And how you hand them in is you hand them in here. And you hand them in here. That's the only two ways to hand in. Now, Zagara is really good on this map because she really allows you to see this vision. Like, the enemy Illidan's fell again, you're a bit out of position. Now, I'm going to try and hand in my coins here. So remember, these are the only 2 places you can hand in. There's nowhere else you can really hand in. So the main objective on this map is to control these turn-in points. And one of the tactics that we like doing pool, when we're in a 5-man pre-made anyway, is we'll clear the lane out and we'll go into here and we'll defend it. Then we'll go into here. Now, ganking is incredibly powerful on this map. And the reason for that simply is because if you're killing the enemy team, they're losing gems and they can't hand in. Oh, but at the start you're getting bonus gems. I'm going to quickly just talk about it. It is a 3-lane map as well, guys. I didn't go through that. I apologise. There's only 4 mercenary camps. Excuse me. We have the knights by here for us, the enemy team's knights. The giants at the bottom, and this boss that will spawn up here later. Now this boss, wow. Oh, actually, is he coming up? I don't know why I get this effect on you. I can't quite work it out. Nothing else plays up in the game. I'm recording fine. But anyway, here's the boss. And this boss is dangerous. Because if you come in here, you walk up through here. And you come up to the boss and you fight him. This is a massive area to get caught in. If you're fighting this thing and the boss has hit you a couple of times and the enemy team jump in behind you, there really is no escape. I've won games by doing this, and I've lost games by getting greedy and taking the boss. Boss is very risky on you. Please, if you kill the enemy team, great, go grab it. But otherwise, that's risky. Let's just look. Now, a lot of our fights on this map are centered around these. And the simple reason is you have to hand in here. But it's not like Black Ops Bay. Black Ops Bay you have to hand in one place. But it's not really near the lanes. So it's quite out of the way, so you'll have to soak the lanes to get the XP. Oh no, the player's going to come in here and try and snipe at the Illidan. Yes, gets away, and no. Nearly. If it would have been at the level where the clone deals damage, she would have killed him. So yeah, as I said, we're just basically controlling the lanes, but always ducking our heads in here. We've always got someone handing in. Now, what I would suggest is our Rhaegar player here is doing a really good job just denying the Zagara the handed. Try not to get... Oh. Try not to get too many coins on you. I'm going to flip over to our view a second just so you can see what we're doing. Now, the reason I say you don't want too many coins is because if you get too many coins and you die, if you're holding 20 coins and you end up falling, don't quite understand the reasoning behind that. Don't understand why people are toxic like that, but such is. And the idea is that you just want to control the lanes, basically. Like our Wraithblade player here is 27, which is risky because if he dies, you're going to lose a lot of gems. Now, it's not always easy to hand in on this map as well. So Wraiths wants to play pretty safe now because you don't want to lose that many gems. Now let's look at the objective. First of all, the objective is super cool looking. So you get these purple clouds of death, what we're going to call them. And what they do is they summon a spider. And they summon the spider in whichever part of your lane you was pushing. So if you're pushing at the enemy base, they will spawn at the enemy base. They spawn with your minions, I should say. So if your minions are there, they'll spawn. And what these things do, she spawns these little minions that will carry on pushing. And she'll do this wave. Now if that hits a player, it actually does quite a substantial chunk of damage. But the longer these things seem to survive for, the more of these she spawns. And I've been here when she summoned, I think, 8 of these. I think that's the most she spawns. And they just rip towers apart. Now the objective isn't... I've got to be honest, the objective is probably one of the weakest objectives in the game. They're not really super powerful, but if you're pushing a lane with the same amount of players, so if you've got 2 players pushing and you've got 2 players defending and you get one of these helping, basically they really help just absorb the shots. Really, they do an okay amount of damage, but you're really doing it more so to deny the enemy theirs. And as I said, if you're pushing the enemy base, if you're up here and you get these web weavers spawning, what that allows you to do is you can run over here and grab the boss. I mean, sure, they could come and deny you, but they are. If they're left alone, they will do serious damage. The mercenary camps, when's the best time to take these? Well, they're not really fantastic on this map, I've got to be honest. You really only have the knights on your neutral side, and you have the giants down here. So the best time to capture these knights is probably, well, it is, just as you summon those spiders. If you can get these pushing with your spiders, they can get a bit of work done. When's the best time to cap the boss? Well, if the enemy team's got a couple of players dead, or you've just summoned weavers, that's a really good time. If you can grab that boss, in an ideal world, if you can grab that boss... And alright mate? My friend just come here a second. So if you can grab this boss at the same time that you coin in, you're going to get a massive advantage with the web weavers pushing down every lane, plus the boss. But remember guys, it is pretty risky grabbing this, as it's a bit of a throw pit. Now as you can see with the games going, we've got all our towers up here, and the bottom lane we've lost very little. And it's all to do with controlling these turning points. It's such an important part of this game, is holding these and controlling them, because if you're controlling them, the enemy team can't turn in. Now something I will say is, after you've done a turn in, it starts off at 50 gems. Then after that, it goes up by 5. It's not a lot, but if you're turning in, it will add up. As I said again, it's not that the objective is massively powerful, but if you just team wipe the enemy and you hand in, they are going to do a absolutely massive ton of damage. The enemy's top lane is pushing, the enemy's bottom lane's getting pushed, and the middle lane's going okay. Now, it's going to fast forward this a little bit. It wasn't a particularly long game. We've now managed to get another turn in, which is going to allow us to summon these things again. Now at this point, at this stage of the game, one of the great things you can do is push one lane. which is basically what we're doing in the middle. We're going to push this lane down. We're actually going to push them out of the lane. But while that's going on, these web weavers are going to go to work. And it's going to show you the damage that they can actually do. The web weavers are going to go uncontested in top lane. And it's going to get a fair amount of damage getting done here. The bottom lane's getting pushed. And there's not really much the enemy team can do because they're trying to team fight us in mid. Now, you've got quite a couple of coins on the Bright Wing and the Rhaegar. They want to be careful because you really don't want to lose them. They're more completely missed. And our Illidan player is going to go in deep as Illidan players do and probably force them all the way back to their base because it's Illidan. Now, their Illidan player had to go up here and deal with the Web Weaver. Now, we've done such a good job in this game of stopping them handing in that this Illidan player has 50 gems, which is an absolute phenomenal amount to not be able to hand in. Our Nova player is going to come down here and pick out Hammer. Now, some people like Sergeant Hammer on this map. I always talk about heroes on the maps. I don't like him. A lot of this map is to do with roaming, denying hand-ins, and Hammer really doesn't have the mobility on this map to deny those hand-ins. You'd think he'd be great just being able to siege up somewhere like here and just stop them handing in, but I'm a pretty keen Hammer player, and I really don't like Hammer on this map. Rhaegar's asking the Lost Vikings for help, so I'm going to come up here and try and give them a hand. We have 32 gems handed in. They've still only got 26 out of 50. Now, if that Illidan player dies here, which he has, now here's the gems that spawn, massive gems, and the Rhaegar's going to try and run in. I don't know why. There's absolutely no point. This is what happens with the gems. I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you guys. If you defend them long enough, it's not long, it's probably 5 to 10 seconds, they disappear. And upon that happening, they lose all the gems. There's no way they can get them back. We only need 9 more gems till we 11 more gems till we hand in, and then we're going to summon another bunch of web weavers. Just going to fast forward this a little bit. Now we're looking at getting the boss. Now we've handed in and we started the boss. Now I've come down here with the Lost Vikings to grab this camp right here, and we're going to grab the boss up here. Now, when these web weavers spawn, as you've seen, the mercenary camps disappear like most maps, but the boss doesn't because we've already started it. So we're going to grab this boss now. We've got the mercenaries pushing down middle. We have the web weavers in every lane, and we have the boss. Now, if we just have a look at these web weavers here, they're not doing that much late game. They're not really that strong, to be honest with you. I'm just going to go longboat and just push Illidan back. He thinks he's going to be able to deal with me, but I have an over there. Oh, the middle lane. No, this is the power. So this web weaver is going uncontested. There's a Hammer behind, but you summon loads of minions plus the knights really getting work done. The top lane, however, the web weaver's fallen, but the boss is doing a massive ton of damage here. The enemy team is going to try and clean this up as best they can, but the damage has already been done. They've lost a lot of their bottom lane. Their middle lane's about to be crushed. Those mercenaries are still pushing. And now we're just going to go in for the enemy's core. The level advantage is 17 plays 14. Part of that is the 21 kills to the 5. As I said, getting those kills on this map is a massive help because it gives you such an experience boost. But it's not only the experience, you're denying the enemy the gems. And it's not like Black Hearts where if you lose the gems, you can then try and pick them up later. You can kill another player to drop them, because once you've lost them, like that Illidan lost 50, they're gone for good. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you've got any comments, please post them below, and have a good day everyone. Thank you for watching.